It's probably really good. I can only uh assume because I don't have that information, but probably really good.
Oh yeah. Do you
Yeah.
ever eat ramen more than once in a day?
Uh I mean probably maybe. I don't know. Are you big into the ramen?
No, I eat ramen only occasionally, not every day.
It's been a change because lately I have not been eating solid foods. So yeah, they've been too busy. So I, I don't know. The ramen is more substantial meal than I have been eating lately. But I see we're both uh, here. How about we're rolling, inviting people into our ongoing conversation and the intricacies of our private lives.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's get to work.
yeah. Oh, uh, uh, Desisant, uh, uh, across from George Shooter Nolan, podcast
Reporting for
terrible,
duty.
reporting for duty.
Reporting
Uh,
for duty.
yeah, yeah. As you see, I am very dutiful today. Uh, you know, as you can see, you know.
Yeah, it was a cardboard box on your head.
Well, you know, there have been some uh, things that have occurred that I am working on. Uh, my chair doesn't fit quite as nicely as it did before, and I'm wearing a cardboard box. So I'm clearly working through some issues, and you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Well, I hope once you work out your issues, you'll keep the cardboard box over your head.
You know, uh, I don't know. It's nice to have hopes. I'm glad. Uh, not for this hope in particular. I don't feel one way or the other about it, but I'm glad that you have hope. Uh,
Yeah.
any of your classic shout outs?
Uh, let's see. Norman, Oklahoma.
Oh my, where the wind comes blowing down the lane.
Yep. I think that's what happens out there.
Yeah,
You
that's
you've been in Norman, Oklahoma lately?
oh I haven't been many places lately. I the no rest for the wicked. Haha. Have you
Yeah.
been? Yeah.
Have I been anywhere?
Oh, yeah. Have you been anywhere ever? Have you ever been anywhere?
Uh, Maybe Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been there.
My, what a fine place.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole Oklahoma tour, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that's big.
You know. So, oh, I heard some good news lately.
Oh, let's have the juicy gossip. I live for this sort of thing.
Okay. Have you seen Rush Hour 1?
That's the Vin Diesel race car show, right?
No, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker.
All right. Well,
They
I'm
play cops.
yeah, yeah. What about it?
They're making Rush Hour 4 now.
Oh, golly, I cannot wait. I'm wrapped up in in franchises. I just need another thing I've already seen done again. It's you know,
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Well, I'm just happy that Jackie Chan's getting more money. He's he's a like a global treasure.
I'm
It's one of
you
the
know,
greatest you know artists of our day.
he's probably got plenty of money. I don't know that he needs any more, but
Well, he
I
deserves more, you know.
I don't know. I think once you get to a point, you become beyond deserving, and then you just have it. I like Jackie Chan. He's good and stuff.
Well, what
You ever
was it?
seen the Jackie Chan venture where they're uh like the uncle keeps hitting him in the face or something, and they're after all the artifacts so they can have a Shaolin showdown, and
The
I think there's
medallion?
there's a multiverse thing.
Are you talking about that movie, The Medallion?
May no, it's a cartoon. Uh Maybe there's like an animal friend or some kind of monster or green floating guy that has a catchphrase, and they fight demons or something. It's good stuff,
No, I haven't.
top notch.
Top notch. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, well, it's uh, so there were a couple of things you've been mentioning lately that you wanted to get off of your chest. Why don't you tell me about the one you were speaking about most recently? I think you texted me yesterday about an idea.
Yeah. So that Chris Tucker guy, he's also going to be in the Rush Hour 4. So I'm glad he's going to get some more money. He's like one of my favorite actors. It's a shame
Yeah,
he's not in more stuff.
yeah, I like Chris Tucker.
You know, you ever seen Dead Presidents?
It's a band, isn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure it may have been a band, but it was a movie.
Okay. Zombies.
No, no zombies. It's a bank heist movie. It's a group of friends. They go to Vietnam and they come back and they decide to rob a bank.
Uh, you know, I'm glad we're seeing bonding on the film screen. It's nice to see friends spending time together.
Yeah, yeah, he was pretty good in that. He plays the was a fast talking comic relief guy.
That's his thing. He talks
Yeah,
fast, and he's a comedian. He's a fast talking comedian.
yeah, he's got a very funny voice, very high pitched.
Oh yeah, yeah. He does uh lots of voices. Or
I think no, it's just the one voice.
yeah, he just does the one voice. That's what if I know anything about Chris Tucker, he just does the one voice.
Yeah, but it's a pretty good one.
I believe it. Yeah, it's my favorite movie. But you were talking about something political.
Oh yes.
I actually cannot remember what it is. I don't think my thoughts are able to escape this box.
All right. So, all the crime problems those cities like uh was it New York and San Francisco and Portland they're having like like I think in like San Francisco for a while they basically legalized shoplifting.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's like in San Francisco from what I understand it's a misdemeanor if you steal under $900 worth of merchandise,
yeah, yeah. You
and
see,
cops won't really go out there for those kind of calls,
right, right.
you know, or like in New York City, you always see something in the New York Post every other day. It's like some guy, he's like, uh, they 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 got rid of like bail, So they have like every day now in like the New York Post, they highlight like a case where some guy like pushes someone in front of a subway after he's been like you know in jail the day before for like stabbing someone or something,
Right.
it's like I
Is
mean
it
like
is it really quite that like that like a violent crime where somebody is seriously injured, they just let them go?
yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the New York I think I'm pretty sure I've seen the New York Post articles like highlighting those kind of cases.
Well, I mean,
They may be they probably rare, but
and
I
anything that
understand.
works largely like I'm not too familiar with any of these I don't know heavily editorialized private funding networks. But everything that I've
Well,
seen of the New York Post is look what they're doing now. Like
yeah,
all of it is like, here's my opinion on something, and then they do like a spin, and they start with something that catches you, and it's dishonest, and you read more about it, and it
yeah,
turns out that they were just sort of exaggerating the situation. Like,
they're definitely a rag. They're very sensationalized. I
well, I
remember
mean,
for
everything that's like editorialized is
yeah,
something that should be I don't know, largely dismissed. Anything where they're, and here's what they're doing, all the thing. Here, let me tell you my feeling.
yeah,
There's a place for that type of crap, like this high art that we're doing here. But uh, anything that calls itself news and is just a bunch of opinions or propaganda or spin is is trash.
yeah. Well, New York Post is for I remember for a while they used to have like a picture of a different homeless person on the cover each day. It's like, what's happening to the city,
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
what I mean, that's kind of cruel, but I mean, what, you're just taking pictures of homeless people and saying, "Look what's happening to the city." That's kind of weak, isn't it?
yeah, I mean like, it's like look how outrageous this is, Like it would be like a homeless person who like urinates in like a potted plant or something outside. I think I've literally seen a New York Post cover. It's like a homeless guy pissing outside,
When you gotta
you
go,
know.
you gotta go, I guess.
And it's like, what's become of the city,
Yeah,
But New York
yeah.
Post, their headlines, they're probably the best headlines in the news business. They always like rhyme or something.
I don't know. I think the oh, what's that one that it'd be like I gave birth to a vampire baby, or I married the Loch Ness monster. That,
National Enquirer.
yeah, no, they have the best headlines.
Well, the thing about New York Post, it's not really the outrageousness of the headlines, it's like the alliteration. They're more
Oh,
well written. They
sure.
you know what I'm saying? It's like they're more clever. Like you remember how they used to call Michael Jackson Wacko Jacko?
Yeah,
That's New York Post. They're the ones who said that.
we sure do like a little nicknames.
So, but well, anyways, but you're familiar with like all these like these cities like Portland has like this drug problems. Everyone's on heroin and like stealing and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, I was thinking that this legalized shoplifting, well, it's not really legalized. It's I guess a tolerance of shoplifting.
Sure.
That's that's like the alternative form of welfare. You know what I'm saying? Instead of actually getting people like welfare and stuff like that, like benefits, instead it's uh you can shoplift instead,
Well, I mean, something like as soon as you said that, something did come to mind that was I don't know, it's essentially that. So you've got what they like to do, not to get too I don't mean to demean anybody that has any particular beliefs, but like you've got the same set of donors, and you've got two large corporate entities that do what the donors want, and they each have their own method of doing that, and they do the same rough policy, and the main difference is going to be the sort of cultural spin on it. They tell people these are your issues. They get people worked up about their issues, and instead of actually being interested in addressing like the meaningful, um, uh, I don't know, the material conditions of human life, they use all this culture stuff, and so one of the things is going to be, well, we're just going to let this go on, instead of actually addressing the subject of their poverty, which would be expensive. It would be difficult. It would require some new infrastructure to be put in place, as opposed to I don't know, a system that is essentially made to give out contracts to the lowest bidder, and then the lowest bidder is going to do it for even less than they bid, so they can put most of the money in their pocket. It's serious work to address the problems that lead to poverty related crime, and instead you just sort of say, I'm going to avoid all the optics of empowering an underfunded law enforcement to go and attack these desperate people. But I'm not going to pay any money to deal with their situation so that they can so that they can actually participate in society. So I'm just going to let their stuff go. It's not
Yeah,
going to affect me going to the department store where I can afford to spend uh, you know tens of thousands of dollars every year. It's not going to affect my spending. What it's going to affect is all the regular consuming voting public who is working and living their lives in the city. I'm just going to allow it to impact them, not me, because it's cheaper and it avoids certain kinds of violence. It's I was thinking much the same thing, where a city where some kind of help is needed, instead petty crime is encouraged because it's cheaper.
yeah, and also, so it also like goes a little bit even a little bit deeper than that too. Not only is it the cheapest solution, and it's also helps put small businesses out of business.
Oh, sure.
And that's, and like the donors, they're the big businesses, right? So the big businesses like Walmart and Amazon, it doesn't really affect them because they can hire security and all that stuff, and they have enough product and money to weather like high rates of stealing, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like a small business, like a couple big shoplifting trips, they're gonna go out, they're gonna close down, so that also like helps those the donors like maintain their monopolies over the long run, like have like let turn a blind eye to shoplifting for a while, and then like wait till all the small businesses shut down, and then you'll have just a couple Walmarts in each town, and then you can ratchet up the what was it ratchet up the law enforcement when that happens,
Oh, sure. I mean, uh, places like San Francisco are going to be primarily populated by a small portion of very wealthy, a large portion of workers, and then probably a substantial population of people that just can't afford to live there, but they live there. Uh, and as you say, Walmart's not going to go under because people are shoving candy bars or whatever in their pockets.
Yeah.
Uh, they're fine. And the outlets, because uh, your fat cats are not going to go to Walmart where I don't know the Pelosi's brunch or buy their groceries or rather have somebody do it for them. They're going to be high-end places that are behind gates and not subject to this kind of poverty.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this isn't like you're letting uh, these sorts of crimes into gated communities. You're letting it into places that the masses have to work and shop. Uh, and the only groups that could really afford to be robbed blind are the same sort of groups that I don't know can afford to destroy merchandise regularly so that they can keep the prices high or
Yeah.
where they need them to be, or it's your big boxes. They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah. Well, who actually really helps out is Amazon. They don't even have to worry about shoplifting.
How's a well,
Well, you
yeah,
can't
because
really
they
shoplift from an Amazon. You can,
yeah,
steal from someone's porch, but that's kind of different.
yeah. No, you're 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 right on there. Amazon is a big winner. They're able to drive prices down as low as they want, and if there's a I don't know, some kind of a retailer, uh, that retailer, if they want to be online, they have to list on Amazon. And if Amazon, I don't know, wants to get the share of what this group makes, they can just produce a lot of it, sell it at a loss, drive the business out of existence, and then raise the prices because they own the market. That's how they did it with the what was it called? Diapers.com.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they diapers.com, I believe, they sold on Amazon. They had to sell on Amazon because, of course, if you're going to sell online and you're a company, you have to sell on Amazon.
Mm.
Amazon decided they wanted to be the diaper guy. they want so they started producing diapers, or selling them rather, and they sold them at a loss to destroy diaper.com. And after diaper.com left, old Amazon gets to choose how much diapers cost.
Oh yeah. That's basically how Walmart operated,
Yeah,
throughout the
well, they
decades.
still do. It's the
Yeah.
it's the biggest company on the planet, Walmart.
Yeah. They'll go into each town and undersell local competition until they got a business and raise their prices once they were the only game in town.
Yeah, I saw a documentary once, and I can't tell you much about it because I don't remember what it was called. But
I think it's Walmart, the high cost of low prices.
is it? Yeah, that sounds familiar. That's the one that talks about the empty parking lots that after the Walmart leaves a small town and decimates their economy. Is that right?
I think so. I'm not sure if I've seen it, but that
It
title sounds familiar.
That may or may not be the thing, but Walmart was known to do that. They'd move into a small area, they'd take over all the commerce, and once the money dried up and it was no longer in their best interest to stay, they'd leave, and then there was just a big parking lot, empty building, and a far poorer rural community.
Oh yeah. Is that that's the was that the documentary you watched?
Yeah, that was. I can't remember if that was a subject or if they were just sort of doing an overall look at Walmart. This was probably a while ago because we've kind of moved on from caring about any damage or risk that comes from having a Walmart in town. We've kind of moved on from that. We don't feel the same effect.
Yeah. And now Walmarts are moving out of the small towns too.
Well, that's what I said. They were doing that when Walmart was first around. There were
Yeah.
Walmarts everywhere, they'd destroy business, suck a community dry, and then leave.
Oh yeah. But yeah, those going in now, where the Walmarts leave,
Who?
Dollar General.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dollar General and Tree and all those guys. There's a few of those. I imagine that's going to be a growing market. The
I think Dollar General is the like fastest growing retailer in the country right now.
is it?
At least it's been for a while, yeah.
Yeah,
Like a lot of towns, they don't have any stores but the Dollar General.
that that doesn't seem right. There should be I don't know, some preservation of small communities, some meaningful local economy as opposed to, you know, I don't know, subsistence industries or one big thing like a lot of these places live and die by the existence of a mining operation or a slaughterhouse and all that, and like the total dependence on one industry or the absence of industry, and the only thing that you can afford to put out there to serve the population is going to be like a gas station or a dollar store. Uh, I don't know. It seems like there's not a whole lot of planning that goes into this.
Yeah, it's not planned at all. It's profits in command, So whatever profits dictate, that's what we're gonna get.
Yeah,
But
yeah, there should be some city planning, something that leads to like how do we sustain and improve over
yeah,
a period of time our small communities and some such.
yeah, I mean, there should be something called like a 5-year plan.
I would think so. I think having an intention as relates to the livability of an area uh,
Yeah.
is good. Should be a little bit more than I don't know. I've got a business or I'm such and such, and I get on the local council or I run for mayor or something like
Yeah.
that. There should be more incentive than I want to get attached to government so I can improve my business. It should be just a little bit more than that.
Yeah. But how much of your shopping do you do at the Dollar General?
Uh, None. I mean, like I was saying, I've been eating. I've been mostly consuming ramen and
Oh, I'm pretty
and
sure
those
they have that at the
protein
Dollar
drinks.
General.
Yeah, well, maybe I should find a Dollar General and buy all my ramen and protein drinks there. In fact, I've been even eating lately the it's American made ramen, and by all means, but like how ramen can sometimes upset your innards and do unfriendly things. The ramen I've been buying that has the little made in America and a flag on it, it upsets my innards even more.
Oh,
I
really?
I just sort of been on the run. You talk about planning. I need to plan. It's not all growing twice your size and putting a box on your head. You need to take a little personal responsibility and plan out your. I
Yeah.
should eat some beets or something.
What's the brand of ramen that's made in America?
I don't know, but it was the cheapest, and it had the most little individual packs of noodles for the cheapest price.
I see. Like, do you add anything to your ramen?
Yeah, yeah. I've been lately. It's been a quick go, but I try to put something in it. Lately, I at least crack an egg. Uh, but when I've got a bit more time, I saw up some beet or onion and put it in there as well.
You put beets?
Yeah,
Okay.
beets and onions.
Beets
That's
and
that's
onions.
that's what I've been doing. Beets, onions, and cracking an egg. And if I don't have time to do anything other than set water to boil and uh, drop stuff in it, um, I'll try and at least do an egg. But sometimes I guess it's just the ramen. What's interesting about this is how the little spice pack. It's got
Yeah.
the uh, edges that you can just tear open.
Yep.
Uh, these ones are a little bit more simply designed, and you cannot tear them open. You have to cut them open with scissors.
That's um, I guess it's worth the savings though, right?
I think it's about time for us to do a special pud break. So we'll be right back.
All right.
You like that dramatic pause?
Yep.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Uh, Nothing. What's up with you?
Yeah, I just got back from the break. I guess it's back to work.
Back to work. Happy break, everyone. Yeah, there was another thing you were talking about. You sent me a cartoon, a drawing, a comic about that are you winning, son? Yeah, that meme. Uh, except it
Oh,
was a bit more wholesome than that. Let's
it's
have it.
yeah. I don't remember exactly, but it's like some guy. He's there's stick figures, right? Some guy. He's like at the computer in his room, and his dad comes in and asks him how he's doing, and there's like he's having a dinner party or something downstairs,
How
right?
sweet.
Right? And then like the and then the kid and the guy at the computer is like, yeah, I'll stay up here and not bother you guys, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like for some they're all stick figures, but for some reason the guy at the computer he seemed frail,
Well,
seemed
stick figures
quite
don't have
fragile.
a lot of meat on their bones.
What?
Stick figures don't have a lot of meat on their bones.
That's true.
It's cruel to call stick figures frail.
Well, this stick figure seemed especially frail. I don't know if like they used a thinner pencil tool on the MS Paint for it or something. I'm not sure. But I think it was the posture
Is
and
it, is
the
it
whole vibe. It had like a very frail vibe, that stick figure.
did you just bring this up so you could make fun of that poor skinny uh stick figure?
Mm, I no, I'm just it's not making fun of. I'm just describing accurately. It's giving you my impressions.
I thought you had a hot take on it because the interaction was the father is checking up on the son, and the son is doing homework or playing video games or something, and the son expresses that he's too anxious to join the party or the family thing. I think they were talking with some old friends,
Oh yeah.
and then the father is like, I'll bring you some of that food you like a bit later, and
Mm.
the son is like, thanks, and then they I don't know, it ends like that. I think you had some kind of a hot shooter take on this that you're gonna tear it to pieces.
Oh no. I just wanted to share with you the bleak vibe of that comic.
what's up Blake about it? He gets a treat later. He's
Like
playing
imagine
video
being so
games.
anxious you can't even go downstairs to eat dinner with everyone. You have to
Why would he want to? They're his father's friends. Why does this kid have to talk talk to those
well,
old fogies?
how hard it is to like, pop downstairs, eat like your rice pilaf and say, "Hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, school's good." and then go back upstairs later.
I don't know. I mean, like I'll be at the grocery store and somebody will say something to me and I'll pretend I didn't hear him and keep going. I like why should you
Oh my
like
God,
like you don't want to
you're
go
you're one of
around just
the
engaging with.
you're that guy then.
No, I'm not that guy. That guy that you know I'm not that guy. But
Well, for Thanksgiving dinner, uh did you have did you stay up did you stay in your room the whole time?
oh,
And
I just
then like what?
I
Like
just worked and at the end of the day I had a can of tuna
oh yeah.
and I was thankful that for that can of tuna.
Oh yeah.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, I guess it's what was it? A nice welcome change of pace from ramen.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's a wet tuna. Golly, you
Oh.
know that's what
But
I'm grateful for.
yeah, I think like the only acceptable reason for that guy to be at the computer instead of eating dinner with everyone downstairs is if he's like working on something.
I don't remember what he was doing. I think it was either video game or homework. I think they were trying to. I think the point of the thing was aren't aren't these sensitive, anxious kids frail? And I think it was kind of pointing
Yeah.
out something like that. I think it was it was a it was a little criticism of.
No, I think it was a celebration of like how fragile these sensitive kids are. They're trying to make it seem cool, you know? It's like, yes, you can have a functional family with, you know, dysfunctional, sensitive kids.
Well, I mean, maybe it seemed perfectly wholesome, but I don't know. I kind of got the vibe that it was meant to uh, mock.
No, it's more. I think the person who made that was that sensitive kid. Like it's kind of it's kind of like a self portrait. He was at the computer drawing that very comic. And he's trying to show he's trying to say like there's nothing wrong with me. You can have like a function. You can have like a perfectly happy family with people like me.
I mean, maybe it was just sort of cut and the paste. It did that. I don't know the meme where the father comes in, he's smoking a cigarette, and he's got a mug filled to the brim with whiskey, and he asks if his child is winning the video game, and then the child responds in a humorous way, and everybody laughs. I think it was well, look at this particular spin. This soft frail child is uh, so afraid to interact with the committee that he'd rather just hide and play video games, and that father is allowing it. He's allowing the child to not come and speak to his friends, and he's going to even bring him food afterwards. Uh, so I'm so angry. I think that was.
Yeah, I did not get that at all. I did not get the anger at all.
Well,
Like
not.
I just thought that person, it's
I
like
just a,
said
a
like was trying
debasement,
to
a
say
comical
this is
debasement.
good.
Maybe yeah. That's what I like about you, George. You always see the glass is half full. You're just a real hopeful guy,
Like the kind of
happy-go-lucky.
person who'd make a stick figure comic like that is gonna be like that kid in the comic.
I don't know. I think it was made. It was to make make fun of poor. It just breaks me up inside when I don't know. I don't think it was in support. I think it was a derisive work.
Mm. I mean, like I don't think everybody should have to be the same, you know. Not everyone has to be an outgoing extrovert, you know.
This is quite a
It,
scoop you're dropping.
yeah,
Whoa, whoa!
it's
I'm seeing you in a whole new light.
I mean it takes all types of fruit to make fruit
Whoa!
salad, right?
Oh, geez. Yeah, you should do what those little commercials in the '90s that help kids not beat each other up.
Oh yeah.
Or you know what, you could go on a speaking tour of elementary schools. Uh, did you get those in schools where some adults would show up and they'd have some kind of a message and everybody would just sit and watch them have the message?
I think so.
Wasn't that nice? Doesn't that make you feel nice?
No. I would have rather been in class learning, you know.
I don't know.
I was doing my worksheets and stuff during those lectures,
I
extra credit, you know.
well, see, I remember I was in the real little, you know, elementary school. It was a proper class, but one of the smaller numbers. And I went to the area during the lecture. You know, I believe that's what we called them, the lecture in whatever grade, where they had craft supplies, your glue and scissors and stuff. And I poured glue all over my hand, and then I clasped my hands together and I went to sit back down, thinking that, oh, I'll listen to the rest of what the teacher has to say as my hands glue together, right?
Yeah.
But it didn't go unnoticed, and I was in fact punished for all of it, you know, for wasting school supplies, uh, walking away from the lesson, and I was not allowed to let my hands be glued together. I was made to go clean my hands.
That sounds like a very good outcome for your outburst.
I don't, well, I wouldn't call it an outburst, but I just wanted to, you know, I was a little thing, and I just wanted my hands. I wanted to glue my hands together. Is what's wrong with that? You know,
Wasting school supplies.
let the children be free. That's what I say. Like
You
you
know
said, it takes all kinds.
what children require is discipline and conformity
You
and
know,
reliability. That's what
you
school.
started
That's what
one place and then you immediately now you're at another place. I don't even know who I'm talking to. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
which one's the
Yeah.
good one?
Mr.
Dr.
Hyde
Jekyll.
is the bad. Well, it depends on your values, I suppose.
Mm.
If you're hedonistic and violent, then Mr. Hyde is the good one. And you know, with this huge reversal in values, I imagine that you would think that Mr. Hyde was the good one.
No, he's horrible.
But see, now I don't know what to think. First you're like everybody needs to be themselves, and then you're like strict conformity, and
You'd
now
still
you're
be
like the violence is wrong. I don't I
you'd still be yourself, but
it,
within the bounds of discipline,
and
conformity, and
you
reliability.
you wonder why I don't want to go talk to the committee to just want to sit and play video games in the cartoon. You know, you wonder, you laugh. It's because of people like you that you never know where you stand. You know, making me anxious and giving me the runs with all this cheap
Well,
American ramen. The hell's
think about
wrong with you?
it's like I think of me as exposure therapy. I'm exposing you to all sorts of people, helping you become more comfortable with these
Now you're
confusing situations.
now you're exposing yourself. This has gone off in a terrible direction. We are talking to the Mr. Hyde here of the shooter experiment. He's gone evil. He's gone rogue. He's lost his mind. I don't know. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know. I can't apologize enough for his behavior.
Yeah, well, I'm just I'm just I'm just a doctor. I didn't make the needle sharp.
Well, yeah, but you didn't have to, I don't know, spit on it first. So,
Uh,
you know,
but
uh, well, well,
I
that
wanted to ask you something.
you ask away. I yearn to be asked.
So you have you go to the grocery store, right?
Yeah, yeah. I go a grossing.
So when someone says hello, do people say hello to you at all?
No, no. I mean, I don't look in the eye anybody. I just sort of like watch where the flow is going. I kind of expect people to like, I don't know, walk into me or something like that. I kind of maneuver around moving obstacles. I keep with the flow. I don't get in anybody's way. I don't interact. I don't look them in the eye. I'm there to buy my cheap as possible ramen and get the hell out of there.
How about the cashier? Like when they say hello to you or they address you otherwise, do you respond back or you just put your stuff on the counter and tap your card?
Oh no, I mean that would be insulting, but no, I never, if the place I've been going has self checkout, and if self checkout is available, I never go to the non self checkout because I don't want to interact with the cashier. I just want to finish up the errand and leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Do you, do you ever have trouble with the self checkout?
oh, if I do, I'm as cordial as can be, but and it's not that I have trouble. Like you put something in a bag and it tells you that there's more on there than there needs to be, or I don't know, the thing freezes or whatever. So, you have to try and get somebody's attention, and they'll come over and push a button and let you go back to it. But that only happens probably, oh, what, like a fifth of the time.
Oh yeah. But there's actually a good reason never to use a self checkout again. I saw on the internet.
Or the
Well, uh, a lot of people have been falsely accused of shoplifting after they used the self checkouts.
Well, I mean, they've got the receipt and they've got the stuff that they're carrying out. Are
Yeah.
you talking about like days later?
Yeah, days later.
Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy. Like they'll be accused of like entering like false stuff on the self checkout or something.
oh, well,
Or
I
or
I
actually it's like not ringing stuff up and putting it in their bag.
yeah, yeah, I mean, I do not do that.
And these people will be innocent too.
Oh, I mean, they say they're innocent.
I mean, there's like been a few cases where they've been proven innocent. It's just like a whole hassle. You don't want to risk.
How do you prove innocence? Like,
I guess they have to go through the security camera footage.
well, yeah, but if you've got something hidden on your person,
Hmm.
how could you prove that you're innocent?
Well, that it's like you have to just prove that there's reasonable doubt. Because you're not proving you're innocent. You just have to prove that it's possible you haven't done it, right?
Well,
According to the justice system, is that correct?
yeah, no, you're
Like
innocent
you're
until
assumed
proven
innocent
guilty.
until guilty.
Yeah, yeah,
So
they could,
they have to prove you guilty.
right, right. They could prove you guilty if it's obvious that you're guilty, but I don't know that they could prove you innocent of shoplifting.
Yeah.
That unless there was, I don't know, surveillance on people at a grocery store beyond what I'm aware of. I don't think that they could prove that somebody did not steal something.
Oh yeah. Uh, I saw this commercial like 20 years ago. And this guy, he's like wearing like he's like pulls up like a hooded sweatshirt, and you see him like you see like this dramatic this dramatic suspenseful music. He goes into the store, he like looks down, covers his head with his hoodie, and he starts taking all his like stuff, and then he's like runs out the door, and it turns out he had like a chip.
A chip,
Yeah, and the chip, and he was he was charged for the items on his chip.
like the little tap chip in the card.
Yeah, except in this is like a fantasy version of the future, so he doesn't
Oh,
even he just like it just charges when he leaves the door, when he walks out the door,
right,
and
right.
it says thank you for shopping at this place.
Yeah, yeah. That's a thing in development. Either I think I think the one that's actually in use um, is like reading fingerprint as identification. So you don't swipe a card or tap a card or whatever, but they just are able to see that it's you by your fingerprint
Mm,
and charge you that way.
I see. That
That's
actually brings me to my security tip of the day.
yeah. Let's have it.
Never show pictures of your hands on the internet
Well,
because it's a it'll it's like it'll give thieves a way to steal your identity because you can read you can actually the the size of the finger bones.
like I mean, I'd have to measure some.
Well, I mean, like everyone
But not
has
off the
like
top of my head.
everyone's finger bones size is a bit different in proportion to each other, right?
Uh,
So, and each person's proportions of finger bones are unique. So if you show someone your hands, they can like copy those proportions of your finger bones and use it to hack into your identity.
uh, well, that'd be pretty clever work. I think we will probably get to a point where, like, if they're using identifiable, uh, I don't know, parts of your anatomy, to identify you as a shopper and identify, your credit, and that there probably will be things like that where people are scanning social media and videos and stuff and finding ways to charge. I think not just not just as an abuse of privacy, but I don't know, a way to steal. I think if we develop further this reading a fingerprint as a way to charge credit or something, I think it's going to have some bad results in.
We call it biometrics in the business.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not really for that. I think we should be developing technologies in different directions than that.
Do you unlock your phone with your face or fingerprint?
No,
Huh.
no, no. I tend to buy the cheapest phone possible because I just use it for calls and texts. I bought a phone. Um, uh, I don't know, a couple of months ago, maybe three, four, I don't know. And it was the first phone that I'd bought in like 8 years or something. They did this 5G stuff, and sometimes my phone wouldn't work at all. Uh, Sometimes it'd kind of work, and it just went on for so long that I got another phone, and then I go in there and they wanted to get me on a payment plan because, of course, the phone that I had that I was trading out, which I was able to just buy and own before. The new one, I'm not allowed to own unless I want to fork up cash because they want me to kind of rent to own the phone so they can continue to hike the prices up past my ability to pay. Uh, but it, that wasn't your question. No, I don't use anything so it looks at me or anything. Do you do that? Do you do thumbprint or facial
No,
recognition?
no, I use a pin.
Oh, I say I would use a flip phone. Uh, it just I'm not interested in all this extra business. I use it for contact, and I don't like that I need to be accessible beyond like texts and phone calls. And phone calls get gotten kind of upsetting. I will daily get calls from scam numbers.
Oh yeah,
Oh
it's a little worse now, I guess, because back in the old days they just called you during dinner, right, on the home phone. Now they
yeah,
can call you wherever you are. You'd be like on a hike in nature, and you still get telemarketers.
it's and it's not always telemarketers that are in a
Yeah,
quote unquote legitimate business. It's genuinely people that are trying to scam you outside of the law. Not
yeah.
like I don't think telemarketing should be an industry. I don't see that as beneficial to the the human race where somebody can call you directly and try to sell you something. I don't think that no slander meant to anybody who's doing that so that they can live. But as an industry, I think it's inappropriate. I don't think that it should be there.
This is how I promote the show. I call numbers
Well,
at
stop it.
random on my cell phone, and I tell them about the show.
Well, stop it. All right, folks. The official PUD position is that we do not condone telemarketing on behalf of the show, and George is going to be issuing an apology uh, very soon.
Yeah, I apologize that I haven't started telemarketing our show
Oh, that's
earlier.
dreadful, dreadful, terrible, and awful.
You want to hear my spiel, my sales pitch?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the first I'm hearing of it, so I probably should know what you've been trying to poison people with.
All right, so here's the script. Hello, sir or madam. My name is George Shooter Nolan, one half of the podcast Terrible. I'm a co-host of a exciting new podcast on available on multiple platforms. If you'd like to listen to something that makes you laugh, cry, and think, why not give the podcast Terrible a listen?
Oh,
You know?
good. Yeah, you know what? We ought to copy that and use that in some of the about sections. Uh, like the last video uploaded was George and no the fellows talk about some crap. I think I think so. I think we ought to copy your telemarketing spiel. First sanction you heavily for bothering people with that nonsense. But maybe use that line verbatim. It was poetry.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie, Sorry to Bother You?
No, no,
Uh, but you heard of it, right?
no. I mean, I know what the words mean, so
Uh,
that's
it was a
that's
movie that There was a movie that came out a couple years ago. It's about this guy who gets a job as a telemarketer, and it's a pretty serious business. And
yeah.
he becomes like the best telemarketer to ever exist in the world.
Yeah. How was he a happy guy?
He was, and then after a while, it turned out he was telemarketing in the service of evil.
As opposed to what?
Well, he thought he was just making some money, but But it
Yeah.
turns out like the company is working for is actively evil.
Oh no. Who
Yeah.
would have thought?
Yeah.
Who could guess such a thing has ever happened? I
Yeah.
would imagine that you get a couple different types. You get people that absolutely hate it, and then you've got people that can really get into the uh, like in Glenn Ross, the you paint on that shit eating grin, and you just cajole and manipulate as hard as you can. You just lean into the hustle. I imagine there's some people that are really good at that, and that there are just a lot more that are kind of I don't know, just growing more and more weary.
Yeah. I think most people they're not really they're not selling like all sales they've made. It's just because of brute force repetition. Like eventually they just called enough people that eventually someone bought it.
I don't know. I don't think that that would be a thing uh without it being profitable. I'm
Yeah, it
like
is profitable. They
yeah.
wouldn't do it otherwise.
Yeah, sure. I mean, and there's just got to be like one in 100, I guess, that goes in for something big for it to be worthwhile. You go through so
Yeah.
many people that just hate it to get to the one that you can talk into something.
Mm.
Probably somebody that doesn't hear you well, or is old and just wants somebody to talk to, or just somebody who is in some way susceptible to buying something that somebody has called them about on the phone.
Yeah.
You ever bought anything from a telemarketer?
Nope.
Yeah, I cannot imagine doing it. I cannot imagine it being anything other than unpleasant
Yeah.
to interact with a telemarketer. And then again, these people are generally there because they have to be there. I don't mean to demean them in any capacity. A job is a job. You have to be there if you have to be there. But I can't like I cannot imagine getting a call from a salesperson and being open to what they're trying to sell me.
I wonder what's the strangest thing they've ever offered to sell you on the phone is.
What, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not really strange stuff. Uh, Phone, insurance, internet, but I generally don't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Um,
I hang up if it's out of state.
I
Any out of state number I just decline.
Yeah, I don't I like sometimes I'll get a phone number from a number I don't recognize that I should have taken, and I learned that by them leaving a message. I never pick up the phone unless I know exactly who it is.
I see. Yeah. And that's the thing that's stinks about these days is that even it's everyone has caller ID. Back in the old days, and you could, it was like an adventure finding out who's calling you. When you picked up the phone.
Yeah, I suppose there's some value in
I
that.
wonder how I wonder how many friendships were struck when
A
two people just
telemarketer
talk like
called the
a
phone.
wrong number called.
Probably very few. I would imagine. Uh, yeah, I couldn't see like if somebody has the wrong number, I don't strike up a conversation and hey, let's go hang out. Hey, let's go. Of
I'm
course, I don't
I'm
know how
sure
to
that's
meet
happened
people
in a
anyway.
sitcom before.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably happened in real life. There are a lot of human beings, and there have been a lot of human beings during the period of telephones.
Yep.
Right. Well, yeah, we're kind of winding down right now, so I don't have time to tell you all about my original Blue Eyes White Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh card, but we have
Oh,
to leave them wanting more for something next time.
okay. Yeah, I wanted to hear about that. That's
Yeah. Oh
unfortunate. We
gosh,
got sidetracked.
darn it. God darn it. Oh, my Yu-Gi-Oh Blue Eyes White Dragon card. And
How much
uh,
is that worth? Like 200 bucks?
oh my, I mean, now unironically, the true the hey, not just for being cool, but George, have I or have I not sent you an image of my uh, Blue Eyes White Dragon card?
No.
What? Yeah, I did.
Uh, oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
You just
I could No, I just remember you threatened me because I accidentally insulted you.
well,
That's what.
well, I I I probably I'm pretty sure I sent you a picture of the Blue Eyes White
Yes, you
Dragon.
have.
Jeez, folks, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, Bennington, Vermont,
Oh wow,
or
Bennington.
actually Burlington, Vermont. I
Oh,
don't
the
know. I
coat.
don't know if there is a Bennington. I know there's a Bennington College, I think it's in Vermont. I don't know if there's a Bennington town.
Oh, I like to think there is. I like shout out to Burlington and Bennington, wherever you are.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they have a lot of good skiing out there.
Yeah, I hope so. You just ski uh, in the city, ski to work,
Yeah.
ski to the shop, uh, ski around between the aisles of the grocery store as you pick up your uh, cheap ramen noodles.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I've only met one person from Vermont in my life, and that person was pretty much like a psychopath.
Well, I I'm sure everybody, without exception, from Vermont is delightful.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually joking. I've met one person from Vermont. He was okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, there you go. Well, well, on that high note, on I can only speak for myself and my Blue Eyes White Dragon original Blue Eyes White Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh card, and also myself and the card. And I'll let George speak for himself, but uh, uh, all right, you guys.
Do
Yeah,
your duty.
yeah.
Report for your duty. Report for duty.